We know the majority of your calls will be coaching calls, but there are situations when it's appropriate to make a joint call with both you and the rep playing important roles. If you haven't figured it out yet, joint calls can be tricky. Every rep is different, just like each customer and scenario are different. There's no one-size-fits-all method to a successful joint call. But the secret is planning. You and your rep should plan and discuss potential scenarios before a joint call. And there are 3 areas that you should discuss. Number 1, think about which elements you should handle and which elements your rep should handle. It should be very clear. If this is a new call where maybe the customer is going to have a lot of product questions, your rep should handle that so that they're seen as the expert. Or maybe it's a situation where the rep has an established relationship with the customer. If so, then perhaps you can introduce yourself and participate with more frequency. Coaching your rep on how to navigate changes in circumstances, like this one, you, another person in the room, is valuable because in the future, your rep may encounter situations where the customer brings someone in or they're with their buyer's boss. The second thing you want to think about is how are you going to hand off from one of you to the other? This goes back to thinking about who's going to say what, but you also want to brainstorm the transitions or use questions that you can guide the conversation with. The third thing is you always want to prepare for the worst. How are you going to handle it if the customer doesn't speak to the rep? Or what are you going to do if you get a downward spiral of objections? Who's going to jump in? See, the more you plan the joint call with your rep, the greater the likelihood that you'll have a successful, seamless call. But there's more than that. You see, this type of planning with your rep gets them thinking. It exposes them to different scenarios, and it increases their confidence in that joint call and every other call.